yo, it's Gi3MO, Wordplay TV. Watch it or watch it.
I'm Mxrtlxk here today with Wordplay magazine, talking to none other than Gi3MO. What's going on, brother?
It's good, man. You all right?
Yeah, man. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good
How
to
you
see
doing?
you again. Yeah, all right, mate. Not too bad.
So off the back of the promo on the new mixtape, Big Gizzy Is Boss, man.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a strong mixtape, bro. Tell me a little bit about the creation process behind that, and yeah, what was the best parts of putting it together?
Okay, so basically what I did, I got a sort of compilation of tracks that I've been working on or that I've dealt with over the last couple years.
Yeah.
2-3 years. Some of them are, you know, like collabs I've done with other people. I threw them all to DJ Choice and he put a mixtape together, like old school mixtape with the jiggers and bombs dropping and all that kind of business. And then basically I derived from that a few extra tracks and made another version for iTunes and Spotify and whatnot, because on the original mixtape with all the bells on, I mean, it gets political, doesn't it? Like, there's a lot of features and things like that. So that's why I put it out in a free format, so it would just be easier to contend with. Obviously, everyone on there is cool with that. I spoke to everyone before, and it weren't nothing like that, but just to save the ag. And then I've done the deluxe version, which still has features on, but just a few less, and there's a bit more of a standalone release.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. And what were the highlights of the mixtape for you? If you had to pick like 2 or 3 tracks that are like, these are the ones which I'm really like most happy with. Okay,
that's a good question. On the mixtape, the free version, the DJ Choice version, there's an outro track called Licks. And it's literally just me rapping over I'm a Jamal piano, like not even a loop, do you know what I mean? Like there's no drums in there or nothing like that. I quite like that because it's just unique, do you know what I mean? Anything that sort of sounds of its own and that hasn't been done, that's always my bag. I really like trying to make new things and try and fit in new holes and be original and stuff like that. So anywhere where I can kind of find something new to kind of a new space to fill. But saying that as well, there's a couple other tracks. The one with Mxrtlxk, Tony D, and Dragon Ball Man on the mixtape is a back to basics, straight up thing with a singing on the hook. But that's real nice too. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, there's different sort of. That's what I like, a bit of everything, a scattering of everything. Do you know what I mean? But without coming too far away from hip hop. You know what I mean?
Right. Would you say you're kind of the lead artist from Rum Committee?
Well,
without taking anyone's shine too hard.
Yeah. Do you know what? Like Rum Committee, obviously a very talented group of people. I'm kind of the link maybe where everyone at least knew me when we first started up. Like there might be a couple other people that might not have known each other so well, you know, beforehand. But I think I was the link between everyone, and you know, the driving force maybe in the early days. Along, you know, Sherlock Bones, Shah, him. I went to school with him. So, you know what I mean? We've been listening to hip hop in French together with an earphone each, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like a natural progression, you know what I mean? Everyone's gone away and come back and then we've done this. It's like KD obviously does a lot of beats on the mixtape and whatnot. Like, used to live down the road from me. Like, I used to hang out with his older brother. He sold him a pair of turntables when he was like, when he was younger, and KD used to go in there when he was like 11, do you know what I mean? And mess around, and I used to help him out and that, and you know, now we're all older and whatever, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like everyone that's in it is part of my life, so it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess that in a lot of ways, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of like a bit of, the
glue that holds it together.
So, definitely. There's an element of that, definitely. But like I say, each person in their own right is sick. So
yeah, man.
And yeah, everyone's got their own little story. So do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So with the producers and the MCs all together, what's the head count?
10. Altogether.
Okay. It's a good number.
There's a lot of affiliated people as well.
I bet there are, yeah.
You know what
people
I mean?
trying to muscle their way in.
Nah. Just fam, really. Like, that's the thing, because like committee is committee, do you know what I mean? But like over the years and over time, like you know, people have come and hung around and done shows with us, like Ocean, for example. At the moment, I'm doing a lot of work with Phonetic. Like, just been DJ'd for her even last night. Do you know what I mean? At a gig, she's really sick. Like, and most of the people in Brighton, do you know what I mean? We're cool with. So it's like anyone I can help get a leg up or do anything for, we're there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
definitely, man.
In whatever way it is, you know what I mean? So,
well, I think like the big success story, far and wide global success story from Rum is obviously Rag and Bone Man. Like that's been a mad journey that he's had over the past kind of couple years. He's now a global artist. Like people know about him, man. Whatever music you're into. So tell me some of the kind of some of the best parts that you've seen and you've learned from his like stratospheric kind of growth as an artist?
Obviously, being like from a rap background and stuff, the whole kind of ethos is just a bit like fuck you, a bit punk. Do you know what I mean? And that's where we was always coming from. Like, people didn't like us, you know what I mean, when we first started, because we just did what we wanted and stuff like that. So, coming from that, and then seeing some real industry professionalism, and that kind of where that takes you, and to be honest, I kind of have seen how the game works from the outside, well, from close really, but it's interesting, but it hasn't really changed the way my brain works about how my attitude, do you know what I mean? So it's interesting, like seeing the moves, how, you know, and now I think I'm privy to certain information about the industry, what works and what doesn't, and how I would utilize that information and transform it. I'm not sure, but I think it will manifest like anyway. Do you know what I mean? Okay. If you get what I'm saying. So I think like, yeah, it's a dirty business. I know that much. I'll keep it there, but yeah, it's been interesting as hell, man, to you know, see the progression and just to learn about the processes that go on behind the scenes and with these things, you know.
If I remember right, there was a clip of you guys performing with him at Glastonbury Festival.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that, and what was the crowd saying, and how did they kind of perceive you guys?
Okay, yeah. that was a crazy one actually, because we were all meant to fly out to Greece because Bucky was getting married in Greece, right? We had to change the flights because Rags hit us up and was like, "Oh, come and do Glastonbury with me." Shit. Which is a bit like, the thing is, yeah, everyone be like, "Oh, right," you know, but I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? You don't really think about what it's going to be like or anything. These sort of opportunities pop up, and it's got to a point where you sort of take them in your stride. But I don't think I was kind of ready in a way. So it was a sick day. We went up there, got driven up there, hung out and stuff, and then it came to the show. And it was, I think, one of the biggest crowds of the weekends, over 40,000 people there, you know.
On that one stage?
Yeah. So coming out, it was like, yeah, it was mad. I think, I've said before, it's like, you know, when you go to a theme park and you're queuing for a roller coaster, because you're kind of waiting to go on stage, and you see all this massive rigging, and it's right up to the sky, like the biggest rigs I've ever, you know, the biggest stage rigging I've ever seen. And then you can hear people like, oh, you know, shit. And it's kind of like queuing to go on a roller coaster. Then you go out, blam it, come off, and then that's it. It turns over. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. But got good response. It was pretty lively. Do you know what I mean? And it's nice to do something with Rag and Bone Man, because I think he likes to keep his sets, you know, changing up. Doesn't like to do the same uniform thing. You know, keeps it fresh for him and keeps it fresh for the audience. So, you know, I think I think over time there'll be a lot more of them moments with Rag and Bone Man, where he'll not necessarily bringing us out, but where, you know, he'll have surprises up his sleeve for shows and things like that. And I think it's a good look, to be honest.
What are some of the best things about being a hip hop group from Brighton as opposed to being from London?
Do you know what? Like, there's no expectation like on you. Do you know what I mean? I mean, obviously people from our town, our hometown, want us to rep, and they, you know, but we don't have to fit in a box. There's nothing. You don't have to try hard to be anything we're not. Like, and it's always been from the start. Everyone's just been themselves, and I think that's so important and key to, like, you know, you're finding an identity in things and in music. So it's yeah, it's great. I embrace it. I love it. Like, I wouldn't change it for the world. You know what I mean? Because you can get like swept up in a sea of other stuff. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. There's like a lot of culture, a lot of music like coming out of London. I've seen a lot of really great artists that just struggling to poke their head above the crowd. Do you know what I mean? And some artists that ain't so good, that may be good at their social media game. Yeah. In Brighton, there's none of that. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone's just fam, and it's easy. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's a bonus. In a lot of ways.
Man, definitely. What do you think the London scene can learn from the non-London scene? Because obviously you're right. It is a kind of a bubble in the London hip hop grime scene and stuff. Like, what do you think that you guys are bringing that could teach the Londoners a thing or two?
I think the one thing is about, like, you don't see a lot so much. It's like just people crewing up a bit, and I think that most successful movements are based on that. Do you know what I mean? The most successful movements aren't one person coming out and just doing their bit and everyone going, oh, that's crazy. You know, you need team players, and you need people to build with, and you need to, do you know what I mean? And I think that sometimes it's the mentality where don't trust anyone, every man for himself, kind of that. You can get lost up in that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's better just to find people that are like-minded. It's hard work, do you know what I mean? It's like being in a relationship or something, do you know what I mean? You've got to make that work, but it's worth it, it's rewarding. And I think that, you know, it's always better doing, because sharing your experiences rather than doing it on your own is always a lot more fun, do you know what I mean? So
100%.
that's definitely my bag, man. And in a way, that's the most important thing to me, and the best that I get out of this is when I'm with all my guys and something happens, something funny, whatever, or something mad happens, and then you're all just laughing, having a beer at the end of it. Do you know what I mean? That's the moments I live for. Do you know? We have some mad experiences, and then just sitting there and laughing about it and recounting things is always, it makes you realise. You know what I mean?
Definitely, bro. And I see you got some of your merch here as well. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about like the merch side of things for Rumcom. Is that something that is doing well for you guys?
Yeah. So I've got a basement full of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But recently, so we've got the classic logo tees. Obviously, everyone's always wearing them. They go out easy, man. Like, got loads of different hats. These ones, right? I've got these ones and fags and lighters as well. So like, what I've done recently, I was like, obviously Buckio's a dope artist in Rumcom. Yeah, lads at Wordplay have been familiar. Yeah, this is it. So me and Bones were like, should we just put Buckio in charge of all the garms? And look, he's smashing it. Do you know what I mean? Dope. There's some more of these coming as well. I think there's one with pints on as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, hit it up, rumcommittee.com. I'd love it if anyone that watch buy something. Do you know what I mean? I'll throw some stickers in, whatever. So they come from Wordplay on the notes, whatever. I'll throw some free stuff. It's banging.